The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Bill Spencer will face Liam Spencer's tragic shocker. A father-son showdown will take a devastating turn, so let's talk about what's in store for Bill and Liam. During the week of May 5 to 9, Liam will continue wrestling with his brain tumor diagnosis and the fact that time is running out. Although Liam rejected his demise at first, he's starting to accept that the end may truly be near. That's why Steffy Forrester will put more pressure on Liam to spread the news of his condition. Liam's prognosis is grim, so it's not like he can hide the truth indefinitely anyway. If B&B is genuinely rushing Liam into an early grave, then his loved ones need a heads up. It looks like Steffy may be the one who spills to Hope Logan, but what about Bill? Since Liam's going to have a powerful reunion with Bill in the May 9 episode, he may finally tell his father what he's up against. B&B spoilers say Bill will end up on an emotional roller coaster as they discuss the past, present, and what's left of Liam's future. This face-off should go from tense to heartbreaking as Liam presumably makes a confession that'll be a game changer. At first, Bill will surely have his guard up and take some jabs at Liam following their last confrontation. We have to remember that Bill still has no clue Liam collapsed or that he had surgery following a major brain bleed. Of course, Bill also doesn't know that led to the neuro team finding an inoperable mass on Liam's brain scans. Now Liam's life is getting cut short, so it seems he'll deliver that shocker and leave Bill reeling. Bill and Liam are probably going to hug it out as they tackle this crisis together. Although Bill may vow to use all his money and resources to find a treatment option, Liam might argue that his dad can't buy him out of this. Even so, Bill won't want to give up and will no doubt face some tough emotions once he hears the bleak predictions from Liam's doctors. The bold and the beautiful spoilers hint that Steffy Forrester may catch Luna Nozawa's Cliff House visit with John Finnegan. Will Steffy come home to chaos and kick Luna out? During the week of May 5 to 9, Steffy will have a lot on her plate. After trying to convince Liam Spencer to confess his medical condition to Hope Logan, it seems Steffy will ultimately be the bearer of bad news instead. Hope and Steffy will come together in support of Liam, but they'll both be crushed over the outcome he's facing. There will be some emotional moments as Steffy and Hope try to imagine their lives without Liam being part of the picture. By the time Steffy heads back to the Cliff House, she'll no doubt be emotionally drained. Steffy may look forward to going home to Finn and getting his comforting embrace, but she could make a discovery that riles her up instead. While Liam's off getting ready to come clean to Bill Spencer elsewhere, it looks like Luna will surprise Finn by showing up at the Cliff House. It'll be Luna's chance to make another pitch for a real father-daughter relationship. Finn may spell out all the reasons why he has to shut Luna out, but she'll keep making predictions about their family's future. Luna won't be prepared to give up on genuinely bonding with her dad now that she's found him. Once Steffy wraps up her conversation with Hope, B&B spoilers suggest there could be some mayhem when she walks through the Cliff House door. Will Luna still be there when Steffy gets back? If so, then you can bet Steffy is going to totally flip out. Steffy may blow her top over Luna showing up there and use this opportunity to rip into Finn's daughter with everything she's got. Perhaps Steffy will kick Luna out and then blast Finn for not doing it himself. This could raise red flags for Steffy and make her wonder if Finn is truly doing enough to keep their family safe from Luna's threat. If the kids are in the other room when Luna visits, that'll scare Steffy even more. Steffy may warn Finn about enforcing more boundaries with Luna so that a scene like this never happens again. As for Luna, she might blame Steffy for ruining the moment and feel like Finn's wife just derailed any progress she was making. Luna might immediately track down Sheila Sharp so they can commiserate over their Steffy problems. The May 5, 2025 episode of The Bold and the Beautiful unfolds a complex matrix of romance, emotional reckoning, and strategic deception. The narrative places viewers squarely at the heart of deeply personal conflicts, secret illnesses, and corporate betrayals, promising a high-stakes installment that significantly alters existing dynamics. At the core of the episode is Liam Spencer's quiet yet desperate campaign to steer Hope Logan back into a relationship with Carter Walton. His efforts, however, are not just about rekindling an old flame. Liam is harboring a critical secret. He has been diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor. His motivations are steeped in the fear of leaving his daughter, Beth and Hope, unprotected. Every encouraging word he offers Hope is part of a broader plan to ensure stability for them after his inevitable decline. Carter, meanwhile, remains emotionally invested in Hope despite the persistent advances of newcomer Daphne Rose. Daphne's flirtations and professional collaboration within Forrester Creations fail to divert Carter's attention. Yet Hope hesitates. Past betrayals, particularly Carter's controversial business decisions, continue to haunt her. Their relationship stands on uncertain ground, further complicated by Carter's heartfelt messages and a pending reunion at the Logan estate. The emotional gravity deepens as Hope contemplates Carter's plea amid Liam's veiled turmoil. Her eventual decision to meet Carter face-to-face signals a potential turning point. In a heartfelt exchange at Brooke Logan's home, Carter outlines a vision for a shared future. The sincerity in his appeal forces Hope to weigh the pain of their fractured history against the hope of reconciliation. Parallel to this romantic entanglement, Katie Logan uncovers a critical layer of sabotage. Through diligent investigation, Katie learns that Daphne Rose is more than an ambitious newcomer. She is a calculated operative, possibly working under Steffy Forrester's direction. Katie's discovery of incriminating materials, including emails and covert recordings, positions her as a key figure in potentially derailing a manipulation campaign aimed at dividing Hope and Carter. This betrayal runs deeper than expected. Katie's findings implicate Zen Forrester, whose complicity in the scheme shocks even the most seasoned stakeholders at Forrester Creations. His silence and passive endorsement of Daphne's mission introduce an ethical dilemma that Katie can no longer ignore. As she prepares to confront Hope and Carter with this information, the emotional stakes escalate. Elsewhere, Steffy Forrester grapples with her own emotional upheaval. While committed to her marriage with Dr. John Finn Finnegan, she cannot escape the anguish of possibly losing Liam for good. Her reflections, shaped by nostalgia and grief, contrast with Finn's quiet support. Finn, who is also aware of Liam's medical condition, debates whether disclosing the truth would help or hurt those involved. The professional sphere of Forrester Creations offers no respite. Electra Forrester is experiencing a career high with her Mediterranean-inspired fashion line. However, Luda Nozawa, still fixated on Will Spencer, collaborates with Shayla Carter to destabilize Electra's personal life. Their calculated interference introduces yet another volatile subplot, threatening Will and Electra's budding relationship. Back at the hospital, Liam's situation worsens. Dr. Finn and Steffy receive critical updates on his condition. The medical team urges Liam to undergo further testing, but his refusal to act and to reveal the truth could have irreversible consequences. The emotional toll is evident as Steffy and Finn stand in silent dread, facing the possibility of Liam's rapid decline. As this intricate episode reaches its conclusion, multiple storylines converge. The question of whether Hope will embrace Carter's love is now entangled with revelations of manipulation and betrayal. Katie's pursuit of justice may alter Hope's choices, while Steffy's inner conflict hints at a future destabilized by grief and longing. Meanwhile, Carter stands at the crossroads of love and disillusionment, confronting the realization that those he trusted may have conspired against him. The upcoming events promise to deepen existing fractures while testing the resilience of romantic and familial bonds. The Bold and the Beautiful continues to navigate the delicate interplay of vulnerability, ambition, and loyalty in its May 5 episode, setting the stage for dramatic transformations across its interconnected storylines. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint that Liam Spencer will move in with Steffy Forrester and John Finn Finnegan, so Hope Logan will question his surprise living arrangement. Now that Liam is facing an inoperable brain mass, he'll need someone to keep an eye on him. Liam doesn't want to spend any more time than necessary cooped up in a hospital, so moving in with Finn and Steffy seems like the next best thing. Finn is a doctor, so it'll be good for him to monitor Liam along the way. Kelly Spencer is always eager for more time with her daddy, so she'll be thrilled to have him in a spare room. It's also possible B and B will remember that Steffy and Finn have a guest house, but it'd probably be better for Liam to stay at the main house considering his condition. Liam could collapse and hurt himself again, so he doesn't need to be alone if that happens. Of course, Liam may be a little wary of keeling over in front of Kelly, but Steffy and Finn might promise to intervene if there's a scary situation. Regardless, Liam shouldn't be living on his own, so it makes sense that Finn and Steffy will open their home to him. Steffy may be the one to make this suggestion and call it a perfect solution. However, the Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Liam's new living arrangement will raise some suspicions, particularly when it comes to Hope. It's sure to weird Hope out if she gets updates on Liam living at the Cliff House. Hope will ultimately get a chance to grill Liam about what's really going on. Liam's bizarre actions will definitely leave Hope puzzled, so she won't rest until she gets some answers. In the beginning, Liam might stick with his plan to keep his brain tumor quiet. That means Liam could end up lying to Hope about the real reason he's living under Steffy and Finn's roof. Liam might make up a story about a pipe that burst and forced him out of his old place or something along those lines. There'll surely be some excuse Liam offers, but Hope may have a feeling she's not getting the truth. Whatever the case, Hope will raise an eyebrow when she gets news on Liam's next living arrangement. All signs point to Liam becoming a Cliff House dweller, so that may be why Hope's going to question him. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Liam will keep trying to beat all the grim predictions from his doctors, but he'll be facing some extreme challenges. In a gripping and emotional development on The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam Spencer's deteriorating health forces Steffy Forrester to make a difficult decision. After weeks of keeping his medical condition secret, the weight of Liam's worsening state becomes too much for Steffy to bear alone. Ignoring Liam's request for discretion, she informs Hope Logan that the man they both love is running out of time. Hope is blindsided by the revelation. The news of Liam's critical condition strikes her with overwhelming force. This isn't just a betrayal of trust, it's a confrontation with mortality. Earlier that morning, Liam collapsed again, prompting an urgent return to the hospital. Doctors delivered a grim prognosis. Immediate brain surgery is his only remaining option. The operation is high risk, with even the slightest error potentially proving fatal. Without hesitation, Hope rushes to the hospital, daughter Beth in her arms, desperate to see Liam before surgery. The hospital corridors feel endless, and the sterile environment only amplifies her fear. Upon seeing Liam, pale, frail, and connected to monitors, Hope is overcome with emotion. At his bedside, she and Steffy, standing quietly with daughter Kelly, momentarily set aside past rivalries. In a soft and unsteady voice, Liam utters 6 unforgettable words to Beth and Kelly: "I'm not going anywhere, I promise." His vow, spoken with visible vulnerability, underscores the gravity of the moment. As the girls embrace him, he silently commits their faces to memory, knowing it might be the last time he sees them. Steffy joins the tender farewell, placing a supportive hand on his shoulder as the nurse warns they have only minutes left. Emotions collide: fear, guilt, love, and desperation, especially for Hope, who is haunted by all the time she's already lost and the possibility that Beth may never truly know her father. As the surgical team prepares, Hope makes a silent plea to the universe. Please don't take him from us. Not now. Not like this. The outcome of Liam's surgery now hangs in the balance. Will he survive this high-risk operation, or is this the final chapter for him and the family he leaves behind? The aftermath promises to ripple through the lives of everyone connected to Liam, redefining relationships and legacies. Stay tuned. The next episode could change everything. The Bold and the Beautiful fans have a reason to be upset with actor Scott Clifton, who is best known for his role as Liam Spencer on the hit CBS soap. That's because in an interview with Soap Opera Digest, Scott supposedly talked about the fate of his character. He didn't really say, however. Scott did quash the rumors that he's going back to General Hospital after his B&B run subsequently ends. He said, "I am not at all thinking about General Hospital or any other show. I'm just thinking about doing the best job I can do telling this story. That is what is important to me. I just want to do right by this show and this story, and this storyteller, namely Brad." Of course, many B&B fans have had a lot to say about the matter on social media. Some have even commented with, "So basically just doesn't confirm he's leaving or staying. Maybe he doesn't want to give it away, or maybe he doesn't know yet." Another fan wrote, "Didn't Bo Brady die of a brain tumor on Days of Our Lives and was dead for a decade, but then came back as an angel, and then ultimately came back as a real person again? I hope he goes back to General Hospital. I wouldn't actually mind seeing Dylan and Sasha being a couple. I think that she needs someone fresh and Jason is too old." And then there was this comment as well. "I'd be awk if he left. He's had a good run, but more importantly, Brad Bell can't be bothered to write a decent story with 5 main characters, lol. So if I'm Clifton, I'm looking at Days, BTG. He's a great actor." Then again, B&B fans will simply have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen next. The Bold and the Beautiful airs weekdays on the CBS network. Check your local listings for times. Tell us, what do you think about this story? Leave us your thoughts in our comments section below. Also, watch this space for all of the latest breaking news. Come back to Celebrating the Soaps for everything you need to know about the young and the restless, General Hospital, the Bold and the Beautiful Days of Our Lives, the British royal family, and the hottest celebs. In The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke Logan faces a career and personal crossroads that could redefine her legacy. Following Ridge Forrester's emotionally devastating decision to recommit to Taylor Hayes, Brooke is left to reassess not only her place within Forrester Creations, but also the course of her future. Ridge's apparent emotional allegiance to Taylor has left Brooke grappling with both public humiliation and private heartbreak. Despite their shared history and multiple reconciliations, Ridge's commitment to Taylor signals a significant rupture. This development, compounded by Eric Forrester's misplaced optimism for a reunion, underscores the magnitude of Brooke's emotional setback. His confirmation of devotion to Taylor, even without formal engagement, has fractured any remaining illusions Brooke may have held. It marks a shift in her narrative from romantic pursuit to personal reckoning. Beyond her emotional turmoil, Brooke's professional environment has grown increasingly untenable. As the visionary behind the successful Brooke's Bedroom line, she has played a central role in Forrester's brand identity. Yet, working alongside Ridge after his betrayal presents daily emotional strain. Furthermore, her long-standing feud with Steffy Forrester, marked by personal animosity and professional undermining, adds another layer of tension. Steffy's vocal criticism and strategic moves to marginalize Brooke from key decisions have further destabilized her position. Insiders suggest that Steffy sees Brooke's emotional vulnerability as a liability to the company, intensifying internal conflict. Amid this turbulence, Brooke is contemplating a transformative change. The idea of exiting Forrester Creations, once unthinkable, is becoming increasingly plausible. The company has been both her platform and battlefield. A departure could provide the clarity and emotional space needed for self-renewal. This period of introspection is also marked by the return of Nick Marone, a familiar presence with whom she shares a deep and complicated history. Nick re-emerges with a renewed sense of direction. His success in the maritime industry and genuine concern for Brooke position him as a stabilizing influence during her time of crisis. Nick's return introduces potential for both romantic revival and entrepreneurial collaboration. Their chemistry remains evident, but more critically, Nick offers Brooke a vision of life beyond Forrester. Speculation suggests that they may co-develop a lifestyle brand, blending Brooke's fashion expertise with Nick's business acumen. Moreover, his encouragement serves as a psychological anchor. Whether through launching a women-focused fashion label or shifting into philanthropic efforts, Brooke begins to recognize that her identity is not confined to one company or one man. As the storyline progresses, Brooke stands on the edge of major transformation. Ridge's rejection, while painful, may ultimately serve as the catalyst for her next chapter. Whether she reclaims agency through a new career venture, rekindles a relationship with Nick, or both, her journey is poised to shift dramatically. CBS's The Bold and the Beautiful has unveiled a sequence of emotionally charged events that redefines the trajectory of key characters, especially Liam, Hope, and Steffy. The narrative, built on devastating medical news and an unexpected pregnancy, weaves together themes of mortality, reconciliation, and renewed purpose. Steffy initiates a confidential meeting with Hope to deliver devastating news. Liam has been diagnosed with an inoperable, aggressive brain tumor. The condition is terminal, and medical options have been exhausted. Having kept his condition hidden to avoid pity, Liam's revelation strikes Hope with emotional paralysis. In a parallel moment of vulnerability, Hope discloses that she is pregnant and the child is Liam's. This occurred after a shared emotional breakdown, catalyzed by Hope's betrayal by Carter and professional downfall at Forrester Creations. Despite being unplanned, the encounter led to a night of intimacy, and Hope is now certain of the baby's paternity. Rather than react with anger, Steffy displays empathy. She insists Liam deserves to know about the pregnancy, identifying it as a potential emotional anchor amidst his grim prognosis. Encouraged, Hope agrees and soon meets Liam to share the life-altering news. Upon hearing that he is going to be a father again, Liam is overcome with joy. The pregnancy becomes a pivotal motivator for him to continue treatment despite the odds. He pledges to fight his illness with renewed vigor, aiming to meet and support his unborn child. Meanwhile, Carter, still harboring hopes of reconciliation with Hope, is blindsided by the news. Although preparing an apology and contemplating a fresh start, he realizes that the emotional bond between Hope and Liam has deepened beyond recovery. Advised by Paris, he begins to accept the finality of the situation. The pregnancy and Liam's diagnosis spark a shift in family dynamics. Ridge and Steffy acknowledge the need to prioritize compassion and family unity. Hope, Steffy, and Liam form a cooperative support system. Hope and Liam begin attending medical appointments and ultrasound sessions together, fostering a sense of shared purpose. Despite a guarded prognosis, Liam begins experimental treatment. His positive outlook surprises his doctors. As a safeguard, he starts preparing letters and recordings for his future child, Lucas, who is born healthy months later. Present for the birth, Liam holds his son and declares, "You saved me." Hope's pregnancy becomes a unifying force for both fractured relationships and extended family bonds. Carter, though sidelined, starts focusing on rebuilding his professional life. Brooke steps into a supportive grandmother role, while Ridge acknowledges Hope as part of the extended family. As Liam's journey continues with limited time, he finds solace in meaningful connections and family. His conversations with Hope emphasize themes of forgiveness, love, and urgency in the face of mortality. Encouraged by Liam's perspective, Hope even considers reopening dialogue with Carter. This chapter in The Bold and the Beautiful offers a nuanced portrayal of how love, regret, and new beginnings intersect amid tragedy. The storyline underscores that even under the darkest circumstances, transformative moments and emotional clarity can still emerge. Stay tuned for more developments as the series explores deeper emotional conflicts, evolving alliances, and the fragile beauty of human resilience. CBS's The Bold and the Beautiful has entered a poignant and emotionally complex phase, with Brooke Logan at the center of a devastating health crisis. Diagnosed with late-stage leukemia, Brooke initially concealed her illness, refusing treatment and choosing to spend her remaining days on her own terms. However, the revelation of her diagnosis by her daughter Bridget triggers a profound shift in the lives of everyone close to her. Despite her anger over Bridget's breach of confidence, Brooke is soon comforted by Ridge Forrester's unwavering support. Ridge, engaged to Taylor Hayes at the time, makes the difficult decision to end his relationship with Taylor and care for Brooke during what was believed to be her final chapter. His return to Brooke ignites old feelings and leads to a period of reflection and reconciliation between the two. As Brooke begins to accept her fate, a medical reversal shocks everyone. Her cancer unexpectedly enters remission. This rare outcome stuns both the medical staff and her loved ones, marking a hopeful yet emotionally fraught turning point. Ridge, who had realigned his life in response to Brooke's condition, now finds himself entangled in renewed uncertainty. Brooke urges him to follow his heart rather than remain with her out of a sense of duty. Taylor, for her part, acknowledges Ridge's choice with grace but establishes clear emotional boundaries. While she still loves him, she refuses to be a second option, asserting her need for mutual commitment. Ridge ultimately reaffirms his bond with Brooke, recognizing the enduring strength of their connection. Yet Brooke hesitates, contemplating whether she is ready to rebuild a future after such emotional turmoil. As Brooke slowly re-engages with life, surrounded by family and rediscovering joy, Taylor redirects her energy toward global medical outreach, personal growth, and independence. Their diverging paths reflect a broader thematic shift in the show toward resilience and rebirth. In the wake of Brooke's recovery, Ridge and Brooke begin to reconnect quietly, choosing a slower, more intentional pace as they explore the possibility of a renewed relationship. The near-death experience serves as a pivotal moment not only for the couple but for the entire Forrester circle, emphasizing themes of forgiveness, clarity, and emotional evolution. Meanwhile, Steffy Forrester intensifies her stance as a staunch advocate for her mother, Taylor. Viewing Brooke's renewed presence as a threat, Steffy remains convinced that Ridge should reunite permanently with Taylor. Tensions escalate when Brooke stages a bold fashion statement with Eric Forrester to recapture Ridge's attention, an act Steffy perceives as manipulative and disruptive. B&B spoilers suggest an imminent and decisive turning point. Ridge is expected to make a final decision between Taylor and Brooke, with insider hints favoring Taylor. For Brooke, such a resolution would mark a painful acknowledgement that her romantic chapter with Ridge may be over for good. Steffy, emboldened by Ridge's anticipated commitment, is poised to confront Brooke directly, delivering a chilling rebuke that underscores Taylor's triumph. Her message is clear: the love triangle must end, and Brooke must step aside permanently. Yet in classic soap opera fashion, stability proves elusive. Upcoming plot developments tease the return of Nick, a former flame of Brooke's, potentially reigniting past chemistry. If Ridge reacts with jealousy, the delicate balance between him and Taylor could unravel again, underscoring the cyclical nature of passion and rivalry in The Bold and the Beautiful. On a parallel track, the show's darker elements come into play as several villainous characters resurface. Shayla Carter's controversial release from prison and her eerie bond with granddaughter Luna stir unease. Their alliance, coupled with Luna's connection to Remy, a tech-savvy manipulator involved in a deepfake scandal, sets the stage for mounting chaos. Remy's disturbing behavior, particularly his exploitation of Elektra via deepfake content, raises alarms. Despite the severity of his actions, he faces minimal legal consequences and continues to operate in the shadows of Los Angeles. His presence, alongside Sheila and Luna, hints at a volatile alliance capable of destabilizing both the Logan and Forrester families. Adding to the intrigue, Christian Weissman, the actor behind Remy, has made a chilling crossover appearance on Grey's Anatomy, portraying a gravely injured car accident victim in a dramatic episode. The gory visuals and Weissman's compelling performance have attracted significant attention, blurring the lines between daytime and primetime drama. As The Bold and the Beautiful progresses, characters face the consequences of deeply personal decisions against a backdrop of romantic entanglements, health crises, and villainous threats. Brooke's miraculous recovery reshapes her destiny, while Ridged, Taylor, and Steffy navigate the emotional wreckage of choices made under extreme circumstances. Simultaneously, the emergence of dangerous alliances signals impending upheaval, ensuring that even as one storyline resolves, new conflicts rise to take its place. In true soap fashion, the only constant in The Bold and the Beautiful is change, and the enduring complexity of love, loyalty, and survival. In a deeply emotional turning point on The Bold and the Beautiful, long-standing rivals Hope Logan and Steffy Forrester set aside years of animosity in the face of an unexpected and devastating revelation. Liam Spencer is dying. For weeks, Hope had sensed something was wrong. Liam's behavior had become erratic, his cryptic advice, his emotional distance, and his vague references to time slipping away all hinted at a hidden truth. That truth finally emerged when Steffy, burdened by guilt and love, chose to tell Hope what Liam himself could not, his terminal condition. What unfolded between the two women was not a confrontation, but a rare, raw moment of shared humanity. There were no accusations, only silence, and a fragile recognition of the pain they both carried. Years of rivalry gave way to a shared grief that neither expected, forming a subtle shift in their dynamic, not reconciliation, but a momentary surrender. Hope's confrontation with Liam at his bedside solidified this transformation. Her heartbreak was evident, but so too was a new emotional strength. Despite the betrayal of being kept in the dark, Hope chose compassion over resentment. Her quiet acknowledgement, "He should have told me," was met with Steffy's equally somber response, illustrating that while wounds remained, empathy had begun to take root. The emotional weight didn't end there. Hope, seeking a sense of belonging and stability, cautiously raised the idea of returning to Forrester Creations. However, Steffy's hesitation revealed the scars of their past were still fresh. As old tensions surfaced, Hope voiced another truth, her awareness of Steffy's dealings with Carter and Daphne. Though Steffy didn't deny her actions, the moment did not spiral into further conflict. Instead, Hope responded not with anger, but with a quiet, measured farewell. "You were wrong, but thank you for telling me about him." This exchange, suspended between forgiveness and farewell, showed the transformative nature of grief. Hope's capacity to show grace instead of retaliation marked a shift in her character. The moment wasn't about victory or closure, it was about preserving dignity in the face of sorrow. Whether this truce will endure remains uncertain. With Liam's fate looming, old rivalries may reignite. The questions now are whether Steffy and Hope can maintain this fragile peace, and if shared loss can bridge a divide built on years of heartbreak. As fans reflect on this pivotal episode, it prompts deeper questions. Would you have forgiven Steffy in Hope's position? Is this emotional ceasefire genuine or merely the calm before another storm? Daphne's time on The Bold and the Beautiful may be running out. What started as a calculated plan has turned into something real, and heartbreak may be the price she pays. Daphne didn't come to Los Angeles for love. She came on Steffy's orders. Their plan was bold: take down Hope and Carter from the inside. Steffy wanted Carter swayed to her side, and Daphne was the bait. She would charm him, win his trust, and cut Hope out of the picture. At first, Daphne played the role perfectly. She was poised, polished, and persuasive. Carter never stood a chance, but something unexpected happened. Daphne actually fell for him. The lines between the mission and her feelings began to blur. Her loyalty started shifting from Steffy to Carter. For weeks, Daphne wrestled with guilt. She wanted to come clean. She tried to find the right moment. But the truth felt too dangerous, and Carter's trust meant too much. Now, Katie Logan knows everything. She uncovered the entire scheme: Daphne's original plan, Steffy's involvement, and how Carter was used. And Katie's ready to spill it all. She's furious. She believes Carter deserves the truth, no matter how much it hurts. Carter's reaction could be explosive. Trust is sacred to him. He's been betrayed before, and he never takes it lightly. Once he learns that Daphne was part of Steffy's manipulation, his heart might slam shut. Even if Daphne's feelings are now genuine, the damage may be irreversible. Carter may not believe her. He may see her as just another player in Steffy's twisted game. Daphne's heart is breaking. She didn't expect to fall in love, but she did. She wanted a fresh start, not a public takedown. But now, with Katie ready to reveal everything, she may have no choice. Carter will find out. The fallout will be brutal, and Daphne may flee to avoid the pain. Paris feels like her only escape. It's familiar, safe, far from judgment and regret. If Carter turns away from her, she'll have nothing left in Los Angeles. No reason to stay, no love to fight for. Still, there's a chance Carter could listen. If he hears her out, if he believes that her love is real, he might see the bigger picture. Yes, she made a mistake, but her feelings weren't fake. She chose him, long before Katie knew the truth. Of course, this is the bold and the beautiful. Redemption arcs are never simple. Love always comes at a price. If Daphne leaves, she could return stronger, ready to fight not for Steffy's plan, but for her own heart. Daphne's future on the bold and the beautiful is tangled in secrets, betrayal, and love. She came to Lay with a mission, but she stayed for something real. Now, with Katie ready to expose everything, her romance with Carter could crumble. Will Daphne face the fallout? Or will she escape back to Paris before the truth fully breaks her world apart? Either way, this story is far from over. Stay locked into the bold and the beautiful on Soap Opera Daily for more scandal, love, and unexpected turns. The aftermath of the Forrester fashion show continues to cast a long shadow over everyone involved, especially Ridge Forrester. While the show's chaos still lingers in his mind, he begins to unravel the true sequence of events that led to the dramatic conclusion. In the days following, Ridge replays the show in his mind. The delays, the mounting tension, and Brooke Logan's timely arrival just in time to save the grand finale. However, when Ridge learns that Brooke's near-disastrous moment wasn't as accidental as it seemed, the revelation shakes him to his core. Eric Forrester is the first to drop a hint, mentioning how close they were to losing the showstopper. Ridge's curiosity grows, but it's Brooke herself who fully explains the situation. In a quiet meeting at Forrester, she recounts the chaos she experienced, the locked vault, rising panic, and, crucially, the fact that Taylor Hayes was the one responsible for the mishap. Initially, Ridge doesn't want to believe it. He attempts to dismiss it as an unfortunate mistake, an accident. But as more details come to light, Taylor locking the door and failing to seek immediate help, his anger begins to simmer. When he confronts Taylor, the conversation quickly turns tense. Ridge's voice is sharp, his tone laced with bitterness. "You nearly ruined everything. You embarrassed Brooke. You embarrassed this company." Taylor is taken aback by Ridge's harshness. She tries to defend herself, claiming it was an accident, that she never intended to cause harm. However, Ridge is no longer interested in excuses. His frustration stems not only from the incident, but also from the realization that his loyalty and protective instincts still lie with Brooke, not Taylor. Ridge's anger culminates in a chilling ultimatum. "Another mistake like this, and we're done." "I mean it, Taylor." The weight of his words hangs heavy in the air. Taylor, devastated, feels as though she's been slapped. The man who once promised to cherish and protect her now stands before her, treating her as a liability. In that moment, a painful truth becomes undeniable. Ridge's heart has never fully belonged to her. His loyalty shifts too easily, especially when Brooke is involved. His anger is far more intense when Brooke is threatened than it ever was when Taylor was hurt. Taylor, heartbroken, faces a crushing realization. No matter how deeply she loves Ridge, she may always be second in his eyes. The love she believed in, the relationship she fought for, has always been built on duty, not passion. In a moment of vulnerability, Taylor whispers, "I thought you believed in us," but Ridge doesn't soften. Instead, he turns away, leaving Taylor standing alone, holding on to a relationship that seems more fragile than ever. Meanwhile, Brooke watches from the sidelines, quietly satisfied. She knows that Ridge's heart is returning to her, not because she demanded it, but because it was never truly gone. As Ridge's feelings for Brooke resurface, the future of his relationship with Taylor becomes increasingly uncertain. Will Taylor fight to save what she has left, or will she accept that Ridge's love for Brooke is an obstacle she can never overcome? The next moves these characters make will undoubtedly reshape everything. Ridge's loyalties and his ability to stay committed to Taylor are now in question.